everyone, and once again, it is Twilight Okami. We are back with more Katawa Shoujo after a long break and things going to shit. So it is time to continue on with Suzune's path. And here we have we last left off, we played a game of Risk, which is basically domination. There's two choices here. We can play defensively and, kind of block her attacks. Or we can just be like, fuck you, bitch. Now, of course, you would think if we go defensively, she'll praise us, right? No, you gotta do this one. She's either really mocking me or trying to trick me. I have nothing else to lose, though, so I might as well try something different. If I spread out my forces and try to control more territories, I can recoup the advantage. She seems to focus on conquering whole nations. Maybe I can sacrifice my hold on continents to gain more small countries. It's worth a shot. And you lose the game anyway. So basically every fucking gamer that wins a game right here. I win, yay! There's no need to translate that, that was pretty clear. Don't look so sad. If you were really giving your best, that's what I thought. Sometimes your best just isn't good enough, though. If anyone knows that, it's me. You did very well for someone who just learned how to play today. Hick-chan, you attacked Iceland and North America at the same time. That's a very daring move. Hick-chan is impressed. The mark of great people is that they are daring and that they can follow through. You're already halfway there. Isn't that great, Hick-chan? That isn't enough, though. Just potential isn't enough. There's no point to potential if you don't take the first step. And there's no point to that if you don't keep going. I want to see more. You're right, Chick-chan, but that's so demanding. Awkward staring contest. Suzune leaned forward, suddenly looking a lot less playful, more like the serious person I expected her to be from the start. They're close up, yo. Hick-chan, would you like to join the student council? She really doesn't waste any time, does she? But it's only my second day of school, so I'm hesitant about committing to something so early. I haven't even taken a look at any other clubs yet. Yes, don't let your first friends force you into a club, even though we're gonna join anyway. Spoilers. But spending time with Suzune and Misha doesn't seem like something I would hate. I still need more time to think about it before I decide for sure. Maybe, I'll get back to you on it. Okay, Hick-chan, but I hope you're not just saying that so we don't feel bad. No, really. Really? Hick-chan, if you're going to say that, you're going to say that it's definitely the truth, and there can't be any mistaking it! I know. I guess I should have my revenge for losing at the very least. Suzune smiles at that in a mischievous way that feels like twisting the knife in the wound of my loss. I take a glance at the clock and realize I've spent far longer playing Risk than I expected. Sorry, I think I have to go. I wanted to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Suzune's like, I don't fucking know. How are we gonna be to determine whether the library is open? There's a clock right there on the wall. It should be, unless the librarian is absent. I think you're right, Chick-chan. We think the library is open. It's on the second floor. Can't miss it. Do you want us to show you where it is? No thanks, it's okay. See ya tomorrow. Bye-bye! Now, if anyone's wondering, this is where, we started her storyline, but there's others that are going to pop up for the other ones. We're going to see all the characters no matter what storyline we go down to, I think. Because we've already seen 3. So, this is just consideration for anything longer if people want me to do another, run of this. Second floor hallway is a carbon copy of the third floor one. Wide, of course, and plain. Like only hallways can be. The problem is that the library's whereabouts are not as easily determined as one would think. Classrooms are marked with signs of stating fucking stating which class they belong to, but then there's a plethora of other unmarked rooms. Is the library one of them, or is it just somewhere down the hallway? I bet on a ladder and choose my direction at random. Oh. After I turn around the corner, an unmarked door draws my attention because it's not closed. It's not open either, though, just barely ajar so I can see it's open and nothing else. It makes sense for a library door to be invitingly open, and while this one is not quite that, it's good enough. At the very least, it means that someone is inside and can ask for directions, no matter how embarrassing that is. I gently push on the center of the door with my fingertips. Sorry guys, I'm having a weird freaking talking issue today. Every muscle in my arm ready to pull back at a moment's notice. The feeling of being an outsider to the school hasn't been shaken from my mind so much so that I instinctively fear doing something wrong by entering. Yeah. Leaning over and poking my head even further side against the side of the room fast as possible, the meek hello on my lips is quickly snatched away. This is not what I was expecting. I mindlessly let the door open to its full extent, taking in the sight of the solitary figure taking center stage in the otherwise abandoned room. Situation steals my voice, leaving me standing at the doorway staring at the beautiful girl. Evidently having taken her time to assess the situation, the girl gently puts down her teacup and opens her eyes, but doesn't look at me. Hello there, may I help you? Staring directly in front of herself, the movements of her lips seem to break the silence rather than the words. However, it's a soft, measured voice that reminds me she's a being separate from the room itself. Not only is she likely the tallest girl I've ever laid eyes on, but even among the foreigners I've met, she's strikingly distinct. Hi. Sorry for intruding. I was just kinda lost. She takes a minute to formulate a response before speaking. Every action she takes feels as if it's carefully choreographed beforehand. Care to take a seat? Unexpected, considering I'm intruding upon her. Thanks. I slowly step toward another seat opposite her, the girl resting the teacup and saucer on a wooden table in between. The way she doesn't track my movements with her head is telling that, and the slight cloudiness to her eyes means that she must be at least partially blind, like Kenji. Come to think of it, her voice doesn't have any detectable accent either. I guess she must be half Japanese. As I take my seat, her composure takes me slightly off guard. Her air of relaxed confidence makes the silence entirely comfortable. The calming atmosphere is so very different from the student council office. Well, no fucking do! I take it you're a new student to Yamaku? Yamaku. Fuck! Yeah, I just transferred in yesterday. I get the distinct feeling my speech patterns don't match the formality of hers, accentuated by her restrained bow of greeting. One which I hasten to match before realizing the futility of the action. I am Lily Sato, pleased to meet you. And here, we have our fourth bachelor. Everyone remembers the dark-haired girl from the other episodes? This is Lily here, shares that path with her. Hers is I don't quite remember where. Oh yeah, I remember where that branches, where each one paths branches off from each other in their story. Only because I've gone through the others, through Hanako's. But yeah, I've never seen her entire path. I've only kind of known her. She does some weird shit sometimes. I won't lie. She gives a nod before gesturing roughly in the direction of her teacup. Would you care for a drink? Sure. As much as it pains me, I can't keep step with her formality in the proceedings. She gives a kind nod, taking the request in stride. Without another word, she steps off the chair and purchases a cup of tea from a collection of supplies laid out among a shelf. A brush here, a brush there, her left hand often lightly touching the side of whichever container she's pouring into. She's followed dozens of times before. As I lean sideways to see around her back, she seems to use her long, dainty finger to measure the right amount of water in a cup. It's one thing to see how the different disabilities the students in my class have, but it's quite another to see how everyone seems to adapt. Shizune and Misha have no problem working together to communicate to me, and Lily herself seems to have workarounds for problems I've never thought of. Whilst it feels slightly guilty about her doing the work, she seems pleased to be following the correct process of the offer preparing the drink. So, her soft voice brings me out of my silent observance. Which room were you looking for? It's not often this classroom is visited after school. The school library. Shizune and some classmates told me it was on this floor. She finished pouring water into the teacup as she nods, a small metallic tapping coming from the teacup indicating it being stirred. I'm aware, Miss Hakamichi, as are most students. To be with them means you're in class 3-3, no? That's right, in the science room with Muto. She gives a small giggle before setting down the teaspoon and slowly walking towards the table, teacup and saucer in hand. He's quite a character. I imagine you'll come to like him. Most do. As she sets down the tea, I gently take it and have a sip. I'm really more of a coffee person, but this seems like a rather bad moment to bring it up. Nonetheless, the smell's quite nice. I hardly think it'd be hard to choke down. And yeah, that's Haizo right there. The creepy thing is that he looks like a friend of mine. Ew. Thanks, Sato. It tastes really nice. She smiles and quickly waves her hand in front of her face. Lily, please, there's no need to be too formal. She says this in spite of her exceedingly well-bred speech. Oh well. I guess I should try to ask her about herself, as it really does seem like she's catering to me. So which class are you from? I imagine it's one of the third-year classes? Correct. I'm in class 3-2, which is on the third floor, same as yours. It's taught by Miyagi, and is specifically for both blind and partially blind students. I see. Sorry. I feel like slapping myself for the fox pass. Looking at her face, though, she doesn't seem at least a bit put off by it. My, there's no need to change your speech on my account. Sure, sorry. I guess I'm really showing my newness here. An environment like this would be a big change, so I can't fault you for it. All the same, can't be said for everyone. Many have come to terms with their conditions. A category which would include her, it seems. All too ready to jump ship from this particular topic, I segue into another. Do you come here to drink tea often? It's a really nice place. Thinking on it, this might be her version of the place behind my school that I like to have lunch at. I come here fairly often during lunch times. My duties as club representative don't leave enough time for an official club, so a friend and I use this room for having tea. Class representative, huh? Compared to Shizune, her mannerisms seem to be almost completely opposite. While Shizune's blunt and fiercely driven, Lily seems relaxed and calm, almost aloof. Come to think of it, she might be useful for a less biased view of the school's clubs. What kind of clubs are there to join? The more popular ones are the track and field club, which uses a field near the school during lunch times, the baseball club, and the book club in a room near the library. There are also numerous small ones too, though, such as the art and music clubs. At a time when I'm just wanting to get on my feet, rushing into a club by waist seems slightly unappealing. I wonder if this school shares the same rules as my old one. Is it compulsory to join a club? It isn't, though it is encouraged. Good, that's a relief. I really let down my guard around this girl to let such a thing slip out. The fact seems to slightly amuse her. The freaking face, I love this right here. And she's just like, you're such a noob. I'm letting my tea to get cold. I finally start drinking it as Lily does the same. As I look over to the window over her shoulder, I notice the light coming into the room has a distinctly orange tint. Even here, time doesn't stand still. Huh, the time is going quickly. Sorry? Right, she's blind. Of course she can't see the sun setting. It just looks like the sun's starting to set. It seems to come as a surprise for her. I guess she must have lost track of time. Sorry, Hiza, I didn't mean to keep you from the library for so long. I quickly moved to allay her concern. No, it's okay. The library is still open, isn't it? She pauses and takes a moment to think on it. It's probably something I should have asked to Zoom when I had a chance, but Lily seems likely to know in any case. True, it's open until 6:30 during weekdays. A quick glance at my watch confirms I have well enough time to get there. I might get going in that case. It's been nice talking with you, Lily. She smiles and gives a deep nod, her hands still neatly folded on the table in front of her. It was my pleasure. Oh, come to think of it, shall I show you where the library is? I couldn't possibly ask for more help. I should be able to find it all right. Well, unless my navigational skills fail me, which I seem to have a habit of doing. It's alright. I was going to be talking to a librarian there in any case. I could introduce you. This gets better and better. It's pretty hard to deny her offer. If you're sure, then that'd be great. Thanks. As she stands up to follow me, she takes hold of a straight, retractable cane that has been slipped in the handle of her bag on the floor. Compared to the cane the boy in my class had, Lily's looks much more thinner and longer. His must be for support, whereas Lily's is for navigation. Together we leave the peaceful room and enter the empty hallway on the way to the library. Side by side, my pace carefully slowed to match hers, we slowly walked through the hallway. So peaceful. Nah. It doesn't take long for us to arrive at the door to the warm-looking room, apparently situated in the center of the floor rather than either wing. Ladies first. She gives an appreciative smile of the gesture, taking the lead as we file in. To the left is a wooden library counter, with the library proper being on the right. It easily dwarfs my old school's library, with the distinct smell of old books giving the place an almost old-world air. There don't seem to be a lot of students here, considering the time. It isn't a big surprise. Everyone's probably either in the school grounds or the dorms. Yuko? Are you here? She says it to the thin air since the librarian doesn't seem to be present, and of course Lily can't see this. What's unexpected is that it draws a reaction. Something from under the counter thuds against it, followed by a quiet wail. Ah. The origin, apparently the librarian, quickly crawls out and mounts up to extremely rigid attention. Hi, Lily. How can I help you? Her voice is strained by a failing attempt to sound casual as she's rubbing the back of her head. Good afternoon. What happened just now? I heard a strange sound. It's nothing. I just hit my head. See, I dropped an eraser under my desk, and while I was looking for it, a pencil dropped, and when I was looking for both of them, you came in and surprised me. Are you alright? I'm sorry. I couldn't know. It's okay. It's okay. Sorry for making you worry. This is nothing. I've had worse happen to me. She's quick to reverse Lily's apologies, almost frantically trying to push aside the possibility that she could be in any way inconvenienced by bashing her head on the counter. Yes, worse things have happened. Hee hee. If anyone ever does anything in Yuko, it always ends up being creepy because of this fucking statement. The girl fishes with her fingers as Lily doesn't seem to drop her concerned expression, then shuffles some papers around on the counter for no reason. A little shorter than Lily, replete with glasses, freckles, and a very troubled look, she seems to fit a library perfectly. Lily, did you get my message? Message, Oh, the 2 imported books that arrived? Right, they finally came. I can't believe they took so long, but... Amidst her celebrations, partially for managing to change the topic, I'm sure, she noticed me from the corner of her eye and freezes on the spot when she does. Oh no, I'm sorry for not noticing you before. Did you need to check out a book or return one? I'm sorry. The way she can step so quickly shift between moods is a little unsettling. He's with me, Yuko. This is Heizo, a new student. Heizo, this is Yuko, the school librarian. Pleased to meet you. He's out, right, he's out. Pleased to meet you too. He's out. For a second, she visibly attempts to engrave the name in her mind so she won't forget. Yuko often arranges to import foreign books in Braille for me. Would you like to tell Heizo a little something about the library? Lily's instant suggestion is met with the expression of abject terror. Please, Lily, I can't. I don't know what he could be interested in. This is too much responsibility. How is it anyone especially at all? I don't get. But her rejection is so sincere, I don't know for a second she'd rather disembowel herself on the spot than tell me where the light novels are. But, there are a lot of books in Braille here? I attempt to save the day by asking the first thing that pops into my head. It seems to work at least partially, as Yuko seems not to exactly relax, but at least look slightly less tense. Well, I think about a third or a fourth of Yakimuku's libraries, either in Braille or audio. Makes sense, given all the blind students that be here. If it's only that, how come his library is so big in the first place? Well, we get a lot of new books regularly because the library is adequately endowed. That's probably why. I spend more new books than on my salary, and then I have to organize and shelve all of them. It's so troublesome and they weigh so much. I wish I could quit this job. Awkward silence. See? I'll go check the owls in if you don't mind. It's probably best for all of us if she doesn't keep talking to me. Very well, meanwhile, Yuko, I would like to have those books if it's alright with you. My first impression is right. The library is surprisingly big. Amid the narrow aisles, I study the spines of the books in random order, occasionally sliding one out to read the blurb, taking it with me if it looks good. In a few moments, I have a respectable stack of books in my arms. I guess I'll never be stuck for choice here. The normality of the library sinks in. Sure, there are large printed Braille books scattered throughout, but it is what it is, a library. As if the calm room I had from the room I had tea with Lily in snuck in with us here, unless it was here to begin with. Something about that puts me at ease, just like before. I reach the end of the aisle and find a collection of desks set up for study or personal reading. Going a little farther, though, I discover a nice, quiet corner at the back. While the rest of the library has the odd student sitting at the desk either reading or stealthily sleeping, the back is pretty much deserted. As I glance around, I see someone who I recognize sitting on one of the several beanbags. It's a dark-haired girl from my class, the one who snuck out of the classroom earlier. She's reading a book, keeping it close to her face to make sure it looks like she's really into it. From the way she was acting today, I had her pegged as more of a delinquent than a bookworm. In fact, her mysterious disappearance from the class raises all sorts of whys in my head. Intrigue floats slowly but surely towards the surface, and before I know it, I'm walking towards a mysterious long-haired girl. I guess there's no harm in reducing myself as I would with anyone else. She's a classmate, after all. Walking over to another beanbag, I take a seat and lay my books beside it. The girl starts, looking scaredly up for me from underneath her fringe. This is the first time I've seen her this close. Underneath those long dense bangs, I can see part of her face. At least a third, if not half, is pretty badly scarred. My eyes are immediately drawn to the scars, subconsciously peeking past her hair until they meet her own eyes. For a second, I'm shocked and divert my eyes to the book in her hands before I realize looking away probably makes it worse. Now, you see, we could be nice, but when we do this, we're going to probably end up on her path. So we're just going to be, instead of introducing ourselves, we're going to be just normally polite. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. It's okay. The girl certainly doesn't look like it's okay, but I let it slide. So, do you mind if I sit here? She seems very uncertain whether it's okay or not for me to sit, but finally she nods, just a little. Oh, okay. I take the seat next to her, and she hides herself behind her book. Life of Pi. Never heard of it. So, sorry again for startling you. I'm Heizo. She looks up from her book, stalling a little before replying. I know. We are in the same class. Her speech is stilted and so quiet that it is barely audible even in this still library. Somehow I think my delinquent impression of her was wrong. Very fucking wrong, man. Hanako. I'm Hanako. Yep, everyone, the dark-haired girl who I kept saying names for, this is her. She's the girl who shares the path with Lily, and actually, in all honesty, has the most in common with Haizo. Her path is one I know by heart and I have played before. And the fact are the ones that you see in the first episode where you see the pictures coming up. Because you get pictures of the path when you go down them. But we're not here for Hanukkah today. I'm sorry, Boo. Love you. You're my waifu. But I'm here for Shizune today. I was just here to say that's a nice name, just to have something to say, but really it's the only thing I can think of. I feel like an idiot. Everyone here must be used to being different to each other, and here I am being all bothered and fussed about that kind of thing. Don't let me interrupt your reading. I'll just check these books out. I'll just check these books if you don't mind. She nods a little and sighs a little sigh of relief. So I try to read the covers and the introduction of the books I picked up, and she buries her face in her book. Uncomfortable silence consumes us. My eyes still wander to her direction, and I sneak peeks at her flowing hair and the scars it's hiding. After realizing she's doing the same and only pretending to be immersed in the life of Pi. Her gaze is not inquisitive at all, though. It darts around like a scared rabbit. When our gazes finally meet, the chain reaction is unstoppable. She stands out forcefully from the beanbag and takes a deep breath. I gotta go do something! Without wording, Hanako takes off and runs towards the counter. Her hair like takeoff catches me so off guard I don't manage to go after her until she has a good head start. By the time I reach the counter, she is nowhere to be seen. Lily and Yuko are happily chatting away. Knowing that I won't be able to catch Hanako myself, I approach the girls. Hey, did you see or notice a girl run past here? Maybe. What did she look like? Long, dark hair, kinda shy. She had, well, some scars on her face. You wouldn't be talking about Hanako, would you? Yeah, that's her. I saw her reading and tried to talk to her, but I think I scared her off or something. Oh dear, Yuko, would you excuse me? I had better try and find her. Sure, I'll just hold on to these until you come back. What's going on? I'm sorry, I'll have to explain it to you some other time. Right, I'll see you later then. Lily hastily grabs her cane and hurries out of the library, leaving me alone with Yuko. I don't think I'll ever get the hang of this place. Did I do something wrong? What did you do? Nothing, I was just looking for some books and then she got this fit and ran off. The most offending thing I think of was that I might have looked at her general direction a few times. Well, she is a very timid girl. You have to be very careful around her. She can be very jumpy, I think. And she's not accustomed to talking with other people. Isn't that a bit strange? I wonder. It's just how she is, I think. Yuko doesn't sound all that convincing. Then again, maybe this is just the norm around here. Everyone has their own problems, or else they wouldn't be here. But how should I deal with these people? Forcing myself to act overly casual only makes me feel phony. Like I was supposed to be ignoring the elephant in the room. Yujo visits, looking what she wants to say something to that, but resists it. I think it's an elephant only if you feel that way. I guess she doesn't have a good sense of self-restraint. It makes me smile, and she blushes heavily. Oh, what? Did that sound stupid? No, it sounded really wise. I guess you're right. It's more about me than anyone else. Neither of us have anything to add, so Yuko fills silence by shuffling some papers around. People who have papers on the desk really like doing that. Did you find any books? I should be closing soon. I mean, this library should be closing. But I have to do it. Hope it's not too inconvenient for you. Oh, yeah, I wanted some books, but I left them over there because I'll just go get them. Wow, you read a lot, don't you? I surprised myself with that too, honestly. At least when I really think about it. Oh god, my voice. Can you hear it becoming horrible from all the fucking minute voice switching I've been having to do for reading? Ah! I had a lot of free time earlier this year, so I just kind of started reading books to fill that time. Couldn't do much else. I see. But she doesn't say anything else and just checks out my books for me. I guess this is what they call tact. Oh, pardon me. I don't know why I'm freaking burping when I just had some water. Holding the library books with one arm, I trawl in my pocket for the key to the door. A sudden sound from behind startles me, making me nearly drop the books I'm carrying or the key that I almost managed to get into the lock. Who is it? I turn around and see who's talking to me. It's Kenji. He seems to be in a friendly mood, although the light glinting off his glasses in the dark gives him a sinister look. That's me when I walk around when it's late at night, because I always have my reading glasses on no matter what. It's just me. This makes him pause and lick his lips nervously. Who is me? I don't know anyone called me. Are you some new guy again? His voice suddenly strained and quick. Yes, but we met before. Yesterday. I don't think so. I remember someone who I met only yesterday. When was that? What day is today? I tried to ignore him. Is he joking or what? Prove that we've met before. You live across the hall. You're Kenji. Kenji jumps back, his eyes filled with an uncomprehending fear. How do you know my name? Damn, this is gonna be one of two things. Either we have met, and you're telling the truth, or I just can't remember it, or you are a spy. He pauses. A psychic spy. His eyes dart around me, trying to peek into my room, although it's hard to believe he can see anything through those thick glasses. His mood swung from friendly to manic in less than a minute. I'm not psychic. How do I know that? I'm not a mind reader. Kenji points a finger in my face damningly. Unlike you? Stop it. Stop that, man. We met yesterday. What's wrong with you? I live in this room. Lies. If you think you could pass as hazy just because I'm legally blind, and you are sorely mistaken. You don't even look like him. I mean, the resemblance is real slim, maybe at a distance, but who do you think you're kidding? I want to grab him by the shoulders and shake him. Exasperated, I rub my eyes and let out a heavy sigh. Stay there. Kenji comes closer, one careful step at a time. I stay still, lest he assault me physically, although I doubt he could do much damage, even if he did. Oh wait, I see it now. Damn, it really is you. Sighing again, and then once again for good measure, I step backward just in case. What's up, man? You don't look too good, I think. Something wrong? I don't know, just had something stupid happen to me. A few stupid things, actually. Even if you discount this one. I can't get a proper touch on other people here. I have no idea it's because of me or because of them. I don't know why I'm telling this to Kenji. It's not like we had any contact either. That's rough, dude. Yeah, I'm sorry about calling you a psychic spy and all, but you can never be too careful. It's the hard reality we live. It's the hard reality he lives in, not us. We actually have a grip. I'm slowly starting to think that Kenji isn't necessarily living in the same reality as the rest of us. This is why I fucking love Haiza, because every time I make a joke or think something, he thinks the same thing. You see? This is how it is, this world. There's no justice, you see? Even when I lose, I win, because I don't lose the lesson. What does that even mean? Doesn't matter. He just sit flatly with a wave of his hand. So what happened? Why the long face? Do you have a long face? It's nothing. I just scared some girl off accidentally. Literally, too. She actually ran away from me. Was my fault, really, I think. I'm not really used to all this yet. A girl? A cute one? Cute? That's a hard question. She had a nice body and really nice hair, but the face... Now, if we say she was cute, we'll actually start on her path again. So, nah, she wasn't cute. Not exactly cute, no. There are a lot of cute girls here, strangely disproportionate amount. I believe this is one of the dark secrets of the school. I tried to warn you, man, but did you listen? I don't remember any such warning. Dark secrets? Yes, dark secrets. Extremely dark, like a black hole. Have you noticed that the number of girls in this school is slightly but significantly higher than the number of boys? It's like 60 to 40. He turns his head to the left and stares off into the distance at nothing. Why is it like this? I mean, Hyun doesn't appear to be that bad, but that's a full 20%. One would think that a school with such a huge pool of women would be a man's dream, but no! What I am about to tell you could blow your mind. Are you ready? Nope, because we're gonna find this shit out in the next episode. So then, until then, like my friends say, remember, people are fucking crazy. Bye-bye!